Good day, everyone. My name is Goddan, and welcome to Goddan School of Mathematics. In today's class, we'll be looking at the topic, what problem leading to algebraic equation. This is a topic mostly for upper primaries and GSS 1. Now, imagine I'm thinking of a number. If I add 5 to that number, I'll get 12. What number do you think I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of a number. If I add 5 to it, I'll get 12. That should be 7, right? Because 7 plus 5 will give me 12, right? So if I'm thinking of a number, 7 is that number that when I add 5 to it, it will give me 12, right? So you see, the first thing always to do when trying to translate word problem into equation is first read the question very well to understand the languages used there. Now, if you hear language such as sum of, it means you are to add. If you hear language such as difference of, it means you are to subtract. If you hear language such as product of, it means you are multiplying. If you hear language such as quotient of, it simply means you are dividing. If you hear language such as more than, it means you are adding. If you hear language such as less than, it means you are subtracting. Now, first, read the question carefully. Read it to ensure that you understand what the question is saying first. Now, a few simple rules to follow while trying to interpret word problem to a question. Number 1, identify the unknown. Identify the unknown. So, for example, if I say I am thinking of a number, if I add 5 to that number, I will get 12. In that word problem that you saw, right? 5 is known, 12 is known, but the number I'm thinking of is not known. So first thing is to identify the unknown. So the unknown in that question is the number I'm thinking of. The number I'm thinking of. That's what I don't know. So first, identify the unknown. What is that thing that you don't know in the question? So I know that 5 added to a number which I don't know will give me 12. So the second thing after identifying the number is to represent the number with a letter. Whether A, B, C, or XYZ, any alphabet of the English language. So for example, I am thinking of a number. If I add 5 to it, it will give me 12. So I know that the number I'm thinking of is the unknown. So I represent it with an alphabet, say X, for example. So the number I'm thinking of now is X. If I add 5 to X, that's plus 5, it will give me 12. What is the number? That is, what is X? Now, our knowledge of equation comes to play here. You know that to find X, 5 needs to leave X and go to 12, which if I take 5 crosses the equal to sign, the positive changes to negative, because once positive crosses the equal to sign, it becomes negative. So I have then plus 5 becomes minus 5. So I have X is equal 12 minus 5. But my X will now equal 7, right? So the first thing is to identify the unknown. Number 2, represent the unknown with a letter. Number 3, translate words to maths, which is what I just did here. Number 2, translate word to math. So you have identified the unknown as the number I'm thinking of. You've represented that unknown now, which is the number I'm thinking of, right, with a letter, say X. Now, your next action will now be to translate the word to math. So the question is, I am thinking of a number. When I add 5, when I add 5, the result is 12. What is the number? So, first, identify the unknown. I am thinking of a number. You are not in my mind, so you don't even know what kind of number I'm thinking. So since you don't know, the number I'm thinking becomes the unknown. When I add 5 to the number, the result means equals 12. What is the number? Represent the unknown with an alphabet. Translate word to math. So now I am thinking of a number when I add 5 to that number. So I'm thinking of a number. The number is X. I add 5 to X. I add 5 to X. That is X plus 5. The result is 12. And then, like we solved, X is equal 7. Right? So the third thing would be to translate the word into problem. I mean, translate word to maths, right? More like saying form an equation. And then, of course, once you formed an equation, right, number 4 would be solve the equation step by step. So you see there, 4 steps. Number 1, identify the unknown. Number 2, represent the unknown with an alphabet. Number 3, translate word to maths. That is, form an equation. Number 4, solve the equation step by step. All right, examples. Number 1, I think of a number. When I multiply it by 3, I get 24. What is the number? So first, identify the unknown. So I think of a number. You don't know the number I'm thinking of, right? So the number I'm thinking of is the unknown. So let's represent solution. So say let the number, because the number I'm thinking of is the unknown. So let the number be any alphabet. We can use A. Any alphabet is fine. Any alphabet is fine actually. Now, the next thing is to now translate word to maths. That is form an equation, right? Now, I think of a number. When I multiply the number by 3, so the number is now A. So when I multiply the number by 3, that is, I multiply 3 by the number which is A, I get 3A, right? So I said, I think of a number, I multiply it by 3, I get 24. That is, the result is 24. What is the number? So very simple. Multiply the number by 3, I get 3A. So when I get 3A, the result is equal 24. And we have our equation. I think of a number, the number is A. When I multiply it by 3, that is 3A, I get 24 equals 24. What is the number? What is A? So to find A, according to our knowledge on equation, right? Once you have one single term on the left-hand side, one single term on the right-hand side, and you need to find A, not 3A. Now, you will notice that 3 and A are multiplying themselves. Just like if positive crosses the equal to sign, what happens? It becomes negative. Is that so? The same thing, if multiplication crosses the equal to sign, it becomes division. So 3 multiplied by 3 now become divided by 3. So that my A will now equal 24 divided by 3. And 24 divided by 3, that is 8. So my A equals 8. So we say, now, because the question was given in word, so you have to leave your answer also in word. The question says, what is the number? So you respond by saying, the number is 8. Right? So question 2 now. It said, a father is 5 years older than 3 times his son's age. If the father is 35 years, how old is the son? Solution. You see, no question is difficult. Just take your time to interpret the word to equation. Number 1, find the unknown. What is the unknown? Father is 5 years older than 3 times the son's age. Father is 35 years. So we know the father's age. How old is the son? We don't know the son's age. Is that so? So the son's age become the unknown. So now we can now represent the unknown with an alphabet, which is the son's age. So we can now say, let the son's age, because the son's age is the unknown now. Let the son's age be any alphabet, let's say T. Right? the father is 5 years older than 3 times the son's age. 3 times the son's age is multiplying the son's age by 3. And the son's age is t, right? Which will give me 3t. Is that so? Now, the father is 5 years older than 3 times the son's age. 3 times the son's age is 3t. 5 years older will be 3t plus 5. So this is the father, right? The father is 5 years older than 3 times the son's age. And then the father's age is 35. That is 3t plus 5 is equal 35. So we have our equation now. Step by step, solve the equation. First, we collect like terms, allowing 5 to go and meet 35 so that 3t will stay on its own. And then the operator for 5 is positive. If 5 is crossing to meet 35, it means positive will cross, right? It becomes negative 5. So we have only 3t left, which is now equal 35 minus 5. So that my 3t will equal 30. And that's because 35 minus 5 is 30. Now we are looking for t alone. Remember, it was t times 3 that gave us 30, right? Which means 3 is being multiplied. If I split it, that's t times 3 equal 30. Now, if this times goes to the other side, it becomes division, right? So I have divided by 3, so we can now have t left on its own, which is equal 30 divided by 3. And then if I divide 30 by 3, my t is equal 10. Now the question says, how old is the son? It was given in word. So since we've gotten the age of the son, which is t, right? Remember the son's age is t, not 3t. So we've gotten t to be 10. You now rewrite your answer in word. So you say the son's age is 10. Hope you enjoyed the class. Please remember to like, comment, and share so that others can also benefit from this teaching. If this is your first time coming across my page, thank you. Please do well to subscribe. Till I come your way in the next class. Bye for now.